Every AI product you have ever used, the writing tools, the idea validators, the research assistants, the agents, and the chatbots embedded in websites is powered by the same underlying API transaction. It happens invisibly and it takes less than a second. API stands for Application Programming Interface. Though the acronym itself is not what matters, it is best understood as a kitchen you can order from without owning the restaurant. Here is what that looks like in practice. The customer, you, or more precisely, your tool, placing the order on your user's behalf. The window, the API, which serves as the structured connection between your product and the intelligence behind it. The chef, the AI model you choose to build on. They are extraordinarily skilled, available around the clock, and bill per dish rather than drawing a salary. When a user types something into your product, your tool sends that input along with your instructions, your professional framing, and your carefully designed context to the API as a prompt. The model processes it and sends a response back. The user sees the output and you pay for the exchange. That is the entire mechanism. You do not need to understand how the kitchen was built, how the chef was trained, or what infrastructure keeps the whole operation running. What you need to know is how to place the order well, what it costs, and how to design a menu compelling enough that people keep coming back. That kitchen is already open. Your job is to build the experience on top of it. The cost structure that makes AI products exceptional. Here is where the business case becomes impossible to look away from. AI AP is charged by tokens units of text that are roughly 3/4 of a word each. A 200-word prompt uses approximately 270 tokens. A 500-word response uses approximately 670 tokens. The total cost for that complete exchange, prompt in, response out, runs approximately 3 cents, not $3.03 of a cent. Let me show you what that looks like at the scale of a real product. Imagine 1,000 users per month, each running 5 queries through your tool. That is 5,000 API calls. At 3 cents per call, your total API cost for the month is $15. If you charge those users $9.99 per month less than most people pay for a single streaming service, your monthly revenue is just under $10,000, built on a mere $15 in infrastructure costs. That is the structural advantage of building on top of a foundation model rather than training one from scratch, and it is available to any professional who learns how to use it. Traditional software businesses require servers, databases, engineering teams, and years of runway before the unit economics begin to make sense. An AI product built on an API requires none of that at the start. The margin is not something you optimize your way into over time. It is built into the architecture from the very first sale. The 3 primary options for API access right now are Anthropic's Claude, OpenAI's GPT-4o, and Google's Gemini. Personally, I prefer Google's Gemini, and though it is prominent, I wouldn't personally recommend Anthropic's Claude API. All 3 are mature, capable, and actively developed. As a builder at the productization layer, this is a real decision, and it is yours to make based on what your product actually needs to produce. My recommendation is not that you default to any particular model. Instead, test all 3 against the specific deliverable your product is meant to generate. Put the same prompt into each model, evaluate the output against the quality standard your audience expects, and let the results make the decision for you. What I can tell you from experience is that the factors worth evaluating are output consistency across multiple runs, the quality of long-form structured reasoning, how closely the model's natural writing register matches the professional context you are building for. Those criteria will weigh differently depending on whether you're building a generator, an evaluator, a workflow agent, or a knowledge product delivery tool. The right choice for one product type is not necessarily the right choice for another. Choose based on what your buyer needs to receive. That is the only evaluation that matters. Note, if you are in the process of building your AI offer, I highly recommend downloading my free workbook, AI Products and Income. It is a fillable document packed with exercises that will give you a clear path to revenue. To get started, you only need 2 things. 1. An account with an AI provider. Whichever one you decide to build on will generate an API key inside your account dashboard in under 2 minutes, which looks like a long string of characters. 2. Something that can call it. This could be an HTML file, a no-code platform like Babel or Softer, or any tool with a built-in API connector. The way to get a key from Google, for example, is to go to googlestudio.com, Google AI Studio, and create an API key, which you can then use to generate output in your AI-powered tool. Other complex components have their place, and you may reach for them eventually, but the architecture behind my tools is simply a single file calling an API directly from the browser. Every product I have shipped started exactly there. You have seen me demo a lot of tools on this channel, and all of them are built on an API. They depend on it to generate all of the results. Let me show you how it works. We are in the Creative Studio, and as you can see, there are 3 tabs. One for the company, one for the model type, and one for the API key that you receive from your provider. I'm going to use Google and select the Gemini 1.5 Pro model. As you can see, I am demonstrating how I originally generated and downloaded the blueprint for the AI-powered offer that we were building. Every product I sell runs on this same foundation. The underlying technology is not proprietary. It is not gated behind a technical credential or a computer science degree. What differs across every single tool is the expertise baked into the prompt, the professional judgment encoded into the instructions, and the specificity of the problem it is designed to solve. That is what you are actually building when you create an AI product, a structured expert conversation that delivers consistent professional grade output every single time someone needs it.